Right, hello everybody. I went to my sister's last week and we made all these sort of flowers, and she showed me her method because mine were more die cuts and layered up that way. So she said, "Oh no, I can do it. You know, you can do it. You don't have to die cut and blah blah blah." So that was fine. And then I've also got a tutorial which I'll post a link below with this one on how to do my flat roses because they're brilliant for the middles. And that's a flat rose done out of lace, you know, things like that. So they're great for a middle, you know, because oh yeah, that's the ones I used to do for my little pictures that I used to do. You know, on the craft card there's a tutorial on a cover, or they're cards actually, but if you cut the card off you can use them as a cover because they're 5x7 and they fit journals lovely. And I die cut these out of tea bags and then made one of my roses, my flat roses, because I just cut off the bottom. Mine go that shape. Mine, I can't do a proper rose, so that's why why I use them, because they're flat. You know, I couldn't use a three-dimensional rose really in the middle of things, so that's why it worked for me. And they were fun to make, and just a bit of, you know, knitting. I could knit. It's knitting yarn really, but I can't fibres. That's what we call it, isn't it? But it's knitting yarn. Right. What other one? Oh yeah, my sister done these a while ago. This is the one she makes out of fabric that doesn't burn. Again, she die cuts the flowers from Tim Holtz one. That's the big Tim Holtz one. So, and that worked okay because I layered so many together, but sometimes they are a little bit floppy, but that one worked okay. I've only got those left. I made these last year. Those are the ones where you fold the material up. So that's a different tutorial altogether for that one, which I'll try and find a link for, you know, somebody else where I saw that one. And that, I can't remember what that was. It was just bits all put together. I can't remember. Made it so long ago. And that's one out of lace, which I really like. And I think that's the one where you sew and then sew in a circle and then it all comes together. That's that one. Again, I love that because I put that on, one of those on my is it my gypsy or something like that? Yeah, so this is a lot of this fabric doesn't burn. So we die cut that. And that's a sort of just a shaggy one. That's those. Or just that was one where you do it on the hair grip and then scroosh it all up and tie a knot, and then I stuck one of my roses in the middle. I didn't even cut that in a circle, but it just goes. That's another one of those. That's bits of flowers. That's die cut as well, and then she's put some little tiny beads in the middle there, and some fibres again, some lace all layered up. I really like that one actually. That's really nice. And then these ones are all the ones that she burns. Alright, some of my sisters. These were my attempt, which are okay. I love the colour combo. I burnt them a bit too much, where I am a little bit heavy-handed. Oh, and my sister had these wonderful, you know, sort of. I don't know if you can see them. Absolutely gorgeous. And they're like frosted, really lovely. So I used some of those. Yeah, so I like them. Yeah, there's a bit of blue in that one. I've got another one of those. Yeah. That was another one. There's bits of black net. I mean, she's done she's got a massive, great big box full of them. Oh, this is that. It's like jelly stuff, but almost sparkly. And she's put that in the middle. There's just a little flower in there, look. Those fabric flowers. Use up all your buttons as well. It's nice. I like that colour. It's lovely. Right, this is the sort of thing. I'll tell you what the best stuff is lining material. you know, but you can use all your scraps. We made those ones out of just scrap material, but I like this, which is scrap material, because it was a lining out of something. And yeah, that burns all this sort of silky lining fabric. That won't burn, of course, but it's great for the middle of something. Okay, those little, just cut those off and use those. And of course, nets is always come in handy. So I usually use 3 templates, but there they are. So they've disappeared. 3 different sizes. That's, you know, middle of a lace thing. That's, again, ribbon. And that's just something I had lying around. So I'm going to measure those for you, so they don't go too big, because they shrink a bit when you burn them, you see. Right, so call that 3 inches. 2.5. 2 1/8. I've got some smaller pieces of fabric here, so I usually start off with the large ones, but I've got quite a few at the moment in my box, because there we go. All right, I've been burning some, and some of them were left over from last week, so I'm gonna just show you how you do it, because there's no point in cutting loads while I'm here, because I've got loads there. So can't get quite 2 out of there, or else I would have folded it over again, but that's all I do. And then I cut around, just make sure that's some bits there, so closest to the edges as we can, so we don't get any waste. And then just trim around. So you do that, and you cut quite a few all at the same time. You do more than this, actually. Just what your scissors will do. Okay, and then I will just neaten up a little bit, but it's not important. You know, if you haven't got anything like this, then draw around a cup, make it out of some card, you know, packaging, and do it that way, right? Just make sure they're all, yeah, that's fine. And while they're held together like this, I cut 3 snips, all right? So not too near the middle. I've done it too near the middle and they fall apart. A little bit further. I never get it right, but, and then cut into there. So what have I cut in? Just having a look, measure about 1 inch. Cut into about 1 inch, and that was the second one, wasn't it? So that was 2.5 one. And I would say 1 inch on the big one and a little bit less on the smaller one. Like that. And that's all you do for now. All right. So I'll leave them there. We'll burn those. I'll do some smaller ones out of this bit that's left. And then all the little tiny scrappy bits go into your scrap bin. And if you've seen the fabric journal I made out of scraps, that's what you use for that. Which I will link that below as well, because it's a way of using up your scraps. And then most probably about 3/4 of an inch. Yeah. Yeah. And one there. Okay. See it better on that one. Right. Then you have your little piles. Right. I won't bother with the big ones, but it's exactly the same sort of thing. Right, so what we do now, the candle. I used to be very heavy-handed doing this, and I still, yeah, I'm a little bit heavy-handed because I'm impatient with things like that. I want it to burn straight away and get on with it, you know. So, but if you're a little bit more patient than me, do a lot better. Well, I've just been having a little practice, trying to get it so that you can see, actually. I'm not quite sure whether you can see anyway, so I will explain as I do it. Right, so I've got my tweezers. Okay, so I do tend to do it with my hands, actually, but I thought for safety, I thought I'd better show you this way. All right, I do burn my hands as well. But I usually have a glass or a little jar with a sponge in it, and I dip my fingers. I always use that when I use hot glue as well, because I tend to burn myself. Right, so you don't go in the flame, just hold it slightly over it, and then because of the heat of the flame will melt it rather than burn. And then you sort of go around and melt the edges. It's going nice and crinkly. Just slightly over until it starts to melt, and then move it. Okay, and if you want a little bit more, just take that out and put that back in, just so I can melt that bit as well. It's a bit near, but that's okay. Like that. And maybe a little bit more in there. Okay. Just make sure it's cooled down before you touch it. And there's that one. All right, and you just carry on doing loads of them, all different sizes. Just gonna see what this one burnt. Oh, that's quick, that one. Okay, that's gonna go to nothing, so hold that slightly further away. It's very fine, that one. Okay, but they look good in the middle. If they shrink too much, that's all right. Hope you can see. Surprising when they're all together how good they look. So you just have to play around with your fabrics. If it smells too much, then I would suggest don't use it, because it's not good for you. You see how I'm impatient. I go nearer so I can get them done. There's a bit of a hole there, but I'm not worried about that. Okay, because I'm just going to do that inside there a little bit. Okay. Did I do that? That went to nothing, didn't it? Let's try. Yeah, amazing, isn't it? You group those together in the middle and they look really good. Yeah. That's fine. Right, what else? I'll do some little smaller ones. Alright, see, not cut very well, so we shall see what that happens. And sometimes you have to trim them a little bit as well. Right, try another one of those. I went a bit mad on that, didn't I? I might do those two together, see what happens. I'm getting impatient. Just going to do that. It's a little bit straight there, so I'm doing it round this way so that you can actually see. There we go. It goes. And then a little bit there. Okay. Which I think might need a little bit there. Like that. And that one would sit on there, you see. There. That's the little ones. That's what I mean. Wouldn't want much smaller than that, because then you put your centre in. Yeah. Right. I think I'll do a couple of these together. Yep, they go to nothing, but they'll still be used. Nearly burnt myself there. They really melt well. Do these as well. Okay, wait for them to cool down. If you get a bit of your seam, just cut that off. Can't believe how that melts, that one. Right, well they're right. These ones are fine. Okay. Right. Did I have some of that material? I'm going to have just a little bit of that, because this is what I was using and it was really, really good. So I'll just do a few there. I love this colour. Just do it a bit smaller. I'll do some of those that size. I love this colour. Is it called mink or something like that? Hard to tell on computer screen, I know. All colours are different, aren't they? Oh, I'll go up there. There we go. You'll find as you do it, you'll learn what fabrics, you know, how close you need to be and things like that. But until you do, all fabrics react so differently. Oh. See, I caught that one alight. Here we go. They're my favourite. Right, this is my little procedure now. I take 2 of the big ones, 2 of the middle size, and that is just actually something that went wrong. But I like it. I don't think, because I'm using this and those 2, I don't need the smaller one. So I'm using, hot glue is great for this, but don't use very much of it though, or else it'll get all hard. I'm using Fabri-Tac, so I haven't got my hot glue gun going. And I will just put a bit of glue there, and then I'll place this one, you know, so that this sits in that hole, and that one sits there. Try it anyway. If there's a big bit there and a little bit there, I'll put that over there like that. So that goes there, and sort of, yeah, that manoeuvres there a bit, that's fine. It'll come together in a minute. So, okay, and then another bit of glue. I hope my hand isn't in the way, sorry. Just right in the middle, put your glue in the middle. There. Okay. Like that. So I'm going to stick to me today because I'm on camera. And then I'll go around again. You might have to manoeuvre them a little bit after. Let's get them stuck a bit, and then sometimes you don't need as many, but I quite like them full, so I'm going to go. They were placed better just a minute ago. I did just have a play. That's it. No, that's fine, because see where that one's a bit odd there. This is what I do. All right, I'll put a little bit of glue sort of there, yeah, and I will stick that down there, okay, like that. Just make sure I'm over enough, like that. Okay, it's starting to stick, whereas instant with hot glue, as you know. And then a little bit of glue again in the middle. And I'm going to scrunch this up like that. And stick that down. Right, now these flowers come off one of those horrible plastic things. You can use them for centres and they do look lovely. But these are better with hot glue, okay? If you leave these to dry, you can, which I haven't yet, you can stick a hole, through, put a brad in, or a gemstone, or anything like that. So I'm just gonna make a hole a minute, and then we'll arrange it after that. Okay, you can see the hole, and I've got a nice brad there. I'll put that in. I'll manoeuvre it a bit more. Like I say, you don't need brads. You can have I'll show you in a minute. Just get that stuck down while it's setting. Okay. I thought there was something missing there. Yeah, I think, you know, I could just do with burning that a little bit there. All right. This is the tricky bit. But I do this. I get that out of the way because that goes up instantly. And I just melt that a little bit. So it's melting that bit. Here we go. Yeah, and then just sort of play with it really. Let's have a look at the other one. What did I do with that one? I don't know yet. Okay, and they do all come out different, you know, I will say. Just going to turn that a little bit there. Yeah, I mean, I love those centres, but I haven't got any of those. Yeah, so we've got that. Or we could have put another flower. I'll show you how to do another one with the little flower. And we've got things like this. I haven't got many things to go inside. No. Old bits of jewellery that you've got, which is great, I must say. Actually, I feel as though I need another one behind it. I don't know why, but I need another big one. No, they're all small. Oh, there's one. That's my last bit. Okay, right. I just feel as though it needed another one. Yeah. That's better. Straight away, that felt better to me. Yeah. Okay. So, because we're using a brad, we don't really need to glue it, but if I can get that up. Okay. I expect I can. Okay, and this, you know, it's quite floppy here, so what we do there, a little bit of glue, because we have put an extra layer in, just a bit. There. Nice. All right. Well, slightly different. It's funny, isn't it? I think my cuts were a little bit deeper the other day when I was doing them. Some of them did fall apart, so I was being a bit careful today. But no, let's have a look.